Okay, on this video, I want to talk about how to cope with a breakup. And I'm saying cope because I'm still not over it 100%. It's been 7 months and I'm still not over it. That's why I'm saying coping because, everybody's different. Like, I cannot tell you when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen. Everybody's timing is different. So I'm just going to tell you the phases that I went through every month and what I did to kind of help me and what was I going through, what was I thinking, so maybe you can relate to me and it can give you some type of hope. Because probably my first 3 months, it was the worst. I saw no hope for me. The pain was unbearable. The the breakup happened because I feel our relationship wasn't growing anymore and I was starting to feel unhappy. And for me, a relationship shouldn't be like that. Both you or and your partner supposed to uplift each other, make each other feel comfortable and secure and loved. And if something is not working, talk about it and grow, work on it, find ways to solve the problem. And I feel my relationship didn't have that anymore. um I'm not blaming everything on him because now I know that the things I need to work on myself. So I don't blame everything on him. And, I'm not talking bad about him because I still love him. And even if I didn't love him anymore, I still think he's a good person. But I guess, we just have to go through these things to learn and grow. Um, so the first 3 weeks, the feelings were relief. I felt so relieved because I knew this was necessary, but the hardest thing to do is leave or leave the relationship. But I knew in my heart it was necessary to break up. So the first 3 weeks I felt very happy, very peaceful, relieved because I knew it was the right thing. Um but it hit me probably like a month later. I started feeling very sad. I started doubting my decision, and I was I was in pain. My heart literally hurt. And just to think about it right now, uh, I'm starting to feel those emotions again. I haven't cried in a while because now I have better days than bad days. Before it was every day, but now it's less and less. Um but yeah, the pain is unbearable. Nobody can tell you anything to make you feel better. All you can do is find ways to just keep on moving forward. There was days that I didn't want to go to work, that I didn't even care if I got fired. All I wanted to do is lay in my bed and cry. And see, it's been 7 months and I'm still like, just to think about. So if you're going through this, it's trust me, I know it's normal, but you can't give up. Life continues, and sometimes these things happen, but it's for a reason. And as painful as it can be, you can't just let yourself go. You know, you will get better. All you have to do right now is be strong. And even though I know you feel like there's no thing you want to do but go back with that person, or you just want to like not feel this pain, sometimes it's necessary for us, because that pain is going to give you so much strength and it's going to give you so much wisdom. But you got to go through it. I chose not to date anybody because I don't want to go through this again. So I'd rather work on the things I need to work internally for myself right now and fix what I need to fix, learn what I need to learn, and learn. I don't want to make the same mistakes that I did before. Now I know the things I need to fix in myself, and I'm doing that. And I also know the red flags. Like, you know, I ignore some red flags that I shouldn't. And now I know it's better to, if you see something in someone that you don't like, either you fix it right away or you just remove yourself from the situation, because the only thing that's gonna happen is you get attached. You get more attached, and it's harder to leave later on. All right, so I'm sorry if I'm like all over the place. So I'm just gonna say the things that come to my mind right now, to my head, because I'm not writing anything. It's just randomly. But thankfully, a month later, one of my friends texted me, and she told me she was going through a breakup as well. So that's one of the main things that has helped me a lot, because we literally text the first 4 months, 5 months, we literally text each other every day, probably every 30 minutes, just asking each other, how you doing? Or I'm feeling desperate, I miss him, I'm hurting, I want to cry. And she will either tell me, you're strong, you can do it, we're gonna be okay, or I will tell her. So it's very important to have like somebody to support you, to listen to you. I know some people can get tired, especially if they're not going through the same thing as you, because they're not gonna understand your pain. They're probably gonna tell you, "Oh, you'll be fine. Get over it. He's no good for you." And yes, you probably know that, but that's the last thing you want to hear. You know, I don't even know right now why you want to hear, to be honest, because I'm telling you, people told me everything, and I was still feeling like that. But if you have a good friend, somebody that can like give you good advice or just make you feel better, I don't know if you're close with your mom or your sisters, or you have a best friend, just tell them that you need them, and you're hurting, and hopefully they can help you. The first 4 months, I know people always say, go out, do something, go out with your friends, go out to a bar. Honestly, for me, I tried it, and the next day I felt even worse. I only went out a couple times, and those probably the worst days for me. I woke up depressed. I woke up empty. Especially if I drank, it was even worse, because alcohol is a depressant. So for me, it didn't work. What worked the most was doing healthy things, but the first 3 months, I couldn't even go out. I couldn't be around people. I couldn't be around couples. That would hurt me really bad. I couldn't go to places we used to go to. I couldn't go to the movies, because that was our main thing in our relationship, going to the movies. I couldn't do that. It literally, just the thought of doing it broke my heart. Why? Because he wasn't there anymore, and that really hurt. So the first 4 months, I went through it hard. I was depressed. I was always laying in my bed, crying, thinking about him, praying. I did so many things to supposedly attract him back, but now I know, and now I'm grateful that those things didn't work, because now that I'm feeling better, I see the bigger picture now. I see why I went through that pain, because now I feel more empowered about myself. So, but if you want to do anything that you think is going to help you, go for it. Try it. I'm just telling you the things that I experienced, but go ahead. I wouldn't advise you to look for him if you know for sure that relationship was unhealthy, or for sure you don't want him back. Or even if you do want him back, give yourself that space, give him that space too, to really think about the whole situation. And If it's meant to be, he'll come back or things will fall into place again. But if you just feel in your heart this is not the right situation for you, be strong, you know. Don't look for him. I know there's those days that you have the urge to even hear the voice of that person, or you just want to text him and tell him how much you miss him or how much you're hurting. But that's not going to help the situation. It's probably going to help you temporarily. Or if he doesn't text you back, you're going to feel even more pain. So what I recommend is, please don't text him. Please don't call him. Please don't look for you. If you want this relationship to work out in the future, give both of you some space. You know, if he really loves you or you really love him, you'll come back. If you were the one that messed up, give that person some time too. And later on, when you feel it's the right time, apologize and see where it goes. For me, it's way different because he broke up with me. But honestly, I don't blame him. I did said some hurtful things to him. So I feel like I'm the one that pushed him to do it. And so I'm not blaming him. I'm not blaming myself. And the reason I never looked for him or text him, even though I was going through a depression, because I know at the end it's not going to benefit me or him or our relationship. I don't know what can happen in the future. Only God knows if we're meant to be together. Hopefully both of us learn and grow and be better for each other. And if not, you know, like, I'm preparing myself for the next person. I know the pain it feels to hurt somebody or to be hurt, to get hurt by somebody else. So, you know, I'm gonna try to avoid all these games, or, you know, just the things that I did to my ex that caused problems, and, you know, the rest is up to the other person. So right now I'm taking this time to heal, and it hasn't been an easy journey. Like I was telling you, I did went through my months, not days, months of depression, crying. There was days that I felt I was drowning in my own world. I didn't see that end of the tunnel, and it's painful. All I can say is painful. Just know that one day you're gonna wake up feeling better and better every day, and at the end, only time will tell, and only time is gonna heal you. And if you can do healthy things to help you, trust me, you're gonna feel better. It's gonna help you a lot. Don't do things just because you're trying to get your ex mad, or you want that person to get jealous, because at the end you're only hurting yourself. Try to work on yourself. Even with that pain, with that depression, give yourself that strength, because nobody else will give it to you. Nobody. Because, you know, my friends will tell me, get over him, you can do better, you're gonna find somebody that matches you best. But those things didn't matter, because my heart was with him. But you know, but now I know I am in the right track, because all this time I've been working on myself, and I'm feeling way better. I still think about him, I still love him, but I'm not crying anymore. I don't feel empty anymore. I'm going out, not to the club or anything, but, you know, I can go to the movies and have a good time. I can go to places like restaurants we used to go to and not feel sad or depressed or, you know, empty. Before I did. Um it's a process. Like, everything is a process, but you just gotta be willing to go through that process. um it's a very painful process, but just know you're not the only one that is going through that. You know, my friend was going through the same emotions I was. It's like a roller coaster. One day I was good and she was bad, and one day she was really bad and I was really good. And we we until this day we're still going through the same emotions. So that tells me that I'm not the only one that is feeling this. Everybody goes through a breakup, and you know, sooner than later you just get over that person, and the pain will go away. And now I'm not in a hurry. I used to like count the days, count the minutes, count the months. Now I'm forgetting about that. Now I'm enjoying my life. I'm enjoying my days now, and I do have those moments, but it's just moments that I feel sad. I still feel sad because when you're in a relationship, you see yourself with that person for a long time. And I think that's the sad part for me, because we could have worked on our problems, but at the same time that could have doesn't matter. Everything happens for a reason, and if the breakup happened, it was for a reason. And I know it was for a good reason, because we weren't growing anymore. And when something or someone is not growing, there's no need, there's no use, and it's dead basically. um and honestly, I don't know what else to tell you. It's just, I just wanted to make this video because I know somebody out there is in need of these words. And hopefully anything that I said, it makes you feel better. But trust me, that pain is go away. It's okay for you to cry. It's okay for you to be talking about him. It's okay for you to miss him. Those things are normal. Everybody goes through those things. It's just how you cope with them. If you decide to deal with the pain, deal with the depression, but still continue to move forward, you're gonna get your reward. And your reward at the end is gonna be, you're gonna feel better, you're gonna be more empowered, you're